Welcome into the show today. Thank you for making this podcast a part of your day and for going on this podcasting journey with me. This podcast is 100% honest, 100% of the time with a touch of sarcasm. We've got a loaded show today, lots of Minnesota Vikings topics to address. And before I get into that, I want to share something that I discovered will stand the test of time. You know, cars go out of style, phones go out of style, technology goes out of style, houses go out of style. But there's one thing and one thing only that's been happening since the beginning of creation, when Adam and Eve first stepped foot on the land in the Garden of Eden, to now, still applicable. And that is a mother middle naming their child when their child does something wrong. When I was a kid, I got middle named Timothy Paul when I did something wrong. I middle name my children when they do something wrong. And I witnessed a mother middle naming their child yesterday when he was not listening and when he was doing something wrong. That is the one thing and the one thing only that will stand the test of time. And I was fascinated by that, so I wanted to reveal that to you today. So I just wanted to share that, and I just wanted to bring that to your attention. One thing and one thing only will stand the test of time. All right, as far as the Minnesota Vikings content goes, yesterday I talked about J.J. McCarthy, and I reacted to a bunch of his comments from a Rich Eisen show, from a SI show, and I want to double down on the comments that I made. I'm not going to react to all the videos that he posted online or that was shared from the variety of shows that he attended, but I do want to react to one specific clip from J.J. McCarthy, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized that his comments, although humble, lacked a certain awareness, because he is the benefactor of the comments that he was making. So let's take a look and take a listen to what he said in this clip. And while you're listening to it, put J.J. McCarthy and where he was selected in the NFL draft into the conversation.
Okay. But how does that sit with you? You know what I mean? Obviously, you're a quarterback. You're a competitor. You're a control freak. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in the position you're in right now. How does that all sit with you, JJ?
You know, it's just all I can ask for is a fair opportunity. You know, that's the one thing that, you know, I feel like everybody's given, and it's fundamental. And, you know, when money gets involved, things get complicated, and, you know, reps get skewed, and there's different things that come into the whole, you know, political world that everyone talks about. But, you know, I really just have to focus on controlling what I can control. My feelings don't matter. Like, I'm not getting any grace. There's no sympathy. Like, this is the big leagues. And just being able to, you know, approach it with just steadfast, narrow, tunnel vision on just the task at hand, which is that workout that day, that film study, that extra, you know, little thing I'm going to do for my fiance that day, and just really just staying in the moment, because, you know, that gives me the most peace of mind through all this.
So J.J. McCarthy talked about the position not being politicized. And he was talking about, I just want fair reps and I just want a fair chance. And what's so interesting about that and his comments is that J.J. McCarthy plays the most politicized position in the NFL, and he was drafted in a politicized spot in the NFL draft. Because when you are drafted in the top 10 or first round of an NFL or NBA draft, that organization is going to do everything possible to make sure that you are a successful NFL player. And that means that you're going to get multiple chances to prove that you are worthy of the spot that they drafted you to be. And you talk about like a fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or undrafted player. And these guys might not even get a single chance to prove that they can play at a high level. They might get a preseason chance, and if they flub that up, they're done. Their NFL career is over, at least in a starting role. But you think about McCarthy, and if he has a bad preseason game, well, we got to do a better job of putting him in positions to succeed. We got to figure out what's best for him and how that's going to work. Think about past prior Minnesota Vikings quarterbacks. Christian Ponder, drafted first round, drafted in the top 12. He was a guy that was given multiple chances to prove that he was worthy to be the Minnesota Vikings quarterback one. When in reality, a guy that's not drafted that high will not be given that many opportunities. So the truth of the matter is that McCarthy does play a politicized position, and his comments lack a little awareness, because when you think about it, he will be getting those extra reps. He will be getting skewed reps because of the position that he plays and because of the position that he was drafted in. So he will be the benefactor of the thing that he's actually complaining about. So I just thought that was a fascinating twist on the words that J.J. McCarthy was using. Let's just listen to the last clip, too, that it was with Rich Eisen.
Here on the Rich Eisen Show, what has Kevin O'Connell told you about what's to come and your opportunity? What has been communicated to you, JJ?
With Coach O'Connell, he's one of the most genuine guys I know, and our conversations have just been nothing about the greatest thing for the Minnesota Vikings. At the end of the day, there's a lot of things that are certainly above my pay grade and some things above his pay grade, and he's the one that has the pen last on the field, and that's about all I know. So just being able to just be in the moment with him every time I get the chance to interact with him and really pick his brain, because those are a lot of moments that I can miss up thinking about the future, thinking about the uncertainties that I can't do anything about. So it's really just optimizing each moment and each time I have with that great mind of the game, but most importantly, a great freaking human being.
Yeah, and obviously you can't control what happens in free agency, right? So you're just going to have to sit back and learn, like everybody else, what the plans are for Sam Darnold internally and what he might do externally. That's basically it for you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm just going to control what I can control and attack each day with enthusiasm on demand.
There you go. Who's got it better than you, right?
So McCarthy, it is a waiting game because of what the Minnesota Vikings and their plan with Sam Darnold, but I'm sure he knows more than he's letting on. I'm sure the Minnesota Vikings organization has communicated with him their plan with Sam Darnold this offseason. I've made a social media post, as I often do, every day after I record a show. And the social media post that I made was this. It's on my Facebook. It went on YouTube and X too. But I said, J.J. McCarthy has a winning mentality, but it doesn't mean he's a winner. And John, who I know from my hometown, says this. That might be your worst take yet. J.J. McCarthy's record was 63-3 on the football field. Literally, all the kid does is win on and off the field. And my response was, because you win or lose college football games doesn't automatically make you a winner or loser at the NFL level. And then he responds again. So until JJ proves that he can't win at the NFL level, he is a winner. Winning and winning championships is all that he knows. To be 63-3 in your football career and 27-1 at Michigan, that is no joke. Why can't McCarthy be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right away with KOC in this offense, just like Cousins and Darnold was, but JJ has more talent than them? I'm going to react to the first part of his response. So until JJ proves that he can't win at the NFL level, he is a winner. I completely and utterly disagree with that comment. I don't think I could disagree more with that comment. When you walk into an NFL organization, you are not a winner and you are not a loser. You are in the middle. This is not college football or high school football. This is the highest level of the game. And you need to prove that you are a winner at every single level. Just because McCarthy was a winner in high school did not make him a winner in college football. And just because McCarthy was a winner at Michigan does not automatically make him a winner with the Minnesota Vikings organization. You have to consistently prove yourself at every single level. And how many college quarterbacks are considered winners? Every single year you see teams with amazing records and quarterbacks with fantastic stats. I mean, Case Keenum threw up some of the most yardage ever at Houston in college. And yeah, he had a good run with the Vikings one year, but the majority of his career, he's been a backup quarterback. And it doesn't make you a winner automatically because J.J. McCarthy won a national championship at Michigan. That doesn't mean anything. Vince Young won a national championship at Texas. Was he a winner in the NFL? Absolutely not. So McCarthy is in a position right now with the Minnesota Vikings to prove himself again that he is capable and worthy to be called a winner at the NFL level. There's a difference between being a winner and having a winner's mentality. You can have a winner's mentality without necessarily being a winner yet. You can have the approach, the study, the preparation of a winner. And that's all mental. That's all work ethic. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's going to translate to being an on-field winner. So, do I expect McCarthy to be a solid NFL quarterback? Yes, but it doesn't mean he's proved it yet. And just because he won a national championship at Michigan does not mean that that is automatically going to translate to the NFL level. Because this is the big boys and this is the highest level of play. So I saw that comment and I just wanted to react to it because I'm very passionate about this idea. You need to prove yourself at every single level before you can be immediately called a winner. McCarthy wasn't automatically a winner at Michigan. He wasn't automatically a winner in high school. He needed to showcase it, just like he does for the Minnesota Vikings. All right, everyone, thank you for making this podcast a part of your day and for watching on YouTube or for listening on Apple or Spotify. Rate, review, follow this show wherever you are listening. And thank you for going on this podcasting journey with me.